congratulations on the Golden Globe. You win for Best TV Series and Best Actor for Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, y'all were up against some pretty big shows, and to win a Golden Globe, and it's this little tiny thing on a random, you know, network that it's incredible.
Yes,
yeah.
A place that sells paper towels.
Yeah, right, Amazon. And it's just so well done. And it's
Thank
a
you.
series that deals with the father, Jeffrey Tambor, realizes late in life, or probably realized early, is not in the right body, wants to be a woman. And so transgender, explain that, because I think people don't understand how that's defined.
Right, so a trans person is somebody who does not identify with the gender they were assigned at birth.
Okay, and this was basically, and they prefer, because I think it's confusing also, because at one point he's a male, and then now he's a female, or sort of, do you say he, she, they, what do you say?
Yes, it can be very confusing for people, but it's best to identify the trans person as the gender that they appear to be. So we would use she for Mappa, she for Mora.
She.
Yes.
And Mappa because mother, Papa.
Yeah, Mappa is the nickname that the kids give Mora.
And that is what you call your parent now, because this is based on your real life.
Yes, my parent came out at, I think, the tender age of around 74 years old as trans.
Wow. Yeah. So what was that like? Because it was a complete shock to you, and you have siblings?
I have a sister.
Okay.
Yeah, Faith. She's a writer on the show also. Okay.
So your father at the time tells you that I mean, what was that like for you?
Big surprise.
Yep.
Yeah, not what I was expecting.
Right.
Regular Sunday morning check-in phone call. I pretty quickly, my first response was, you know, I love you, I'm proud of you.
And I assume she watches the show and is proud of the show.
Yes, loves the show.
Yeah. I would imagine it's you know, being a gay person, it's a very hard thing when society doesn't understand you and you get very clear images that you're not loved by everyone.
Yeah.
But to be in the wrong body, if you live that way and then all of a sudden want to be something different, and I would imagine that would be the hardest thing in the world for people to understand.
Yeah. I mean, when people come out, they're literally coming out to save their lives. They're coming out to make a break for freedom, for authenticity, and it really is an example for all of us about leading authentic lives.
So I can't help but talk about the situation with Bruce Jenner right now.
Of course.
No one knows if Bruce Jenner is actually doing this, because Bruce Jenner has not spoken about this, but it appears that he is going to go through some kind of transition like this. And there are jokes all the time. And I'm hurt for him. And I can't imagine why it's okay for people to make jokes about such a difficult decision for someone. Why do you think it's so acceptable that people are laughing at something that must be so difficult for someone?
Yeah, well, a lot of people are learning about what it means to be trans right now. It's brand new. People get gay, they get lesbian, but transness is really something that's just coming into the consciousness, and it really is about sort of upending the binary, the either or, male, female, black, white, and it kind of triggers people to understand that there are people who could possibly be transitioning from one gender to the other. That's really one of the reasons why I wanted to make the show. Like, after my parent came out, I really wanted to do something that was gonna make the world a safer place for my parent to walk out of their apartment building and hail a taxi or stand in the elevator with strangers.
Yeah.
And people have told me who are trans that the show has made the world a little bit different for them.
Yeah, well, it has. And it's the only show on the air that I know about that is doing this. So I'm really I'm happy for you. And the reason I wanted you on is I want people to have more compassion. I say at the end of every show, be kind to one another.
Yeah.
And that is not conditional. That is unconditional. Be kind to everyone. And even if you don't understand it, just because you fear something or you don't understand it, don't attack it, don't make fun of it. It's not fair. And someone is going through something that is the hardest thing in the world. And if they're brave enough to do that, support them and don't laugh at them.
Yes.
That's what I want to say.
Thank you.